Hey Internet, my name is Abby and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program on Wings. I just realized that I was sitting inside the Gladiator 200 since the flight all around the world in episode 200. Now it's finally time to recover this vessel, so I can now return back into the cockpit. Okay, Bart, well done. I can enable the interface, and here, this is the Gladiator 200. This was really an amazing flight. I had a lot of fun flying all around Kerbal with this aircraft, and yeah, this was really cool, and I'm really looking forward to use it again. But for now, it's finally time to say, recover vessel. Okay, very good. So, one experiment recovered. Recovery of a vessel that should survive the flight. Okay, 0 signs. Only 98%. That's strange. We were standing right in front of the spaceplane hangar, so this should be more than 100%. But okay, we got some funds back. That's cool. And I've gained no experience. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I am now returned back to the astronaut complex, and now I can start the preparation for the upcoming Duna landing. And yeah, speaking about the Duna landing, in the last episode, Handler and Dodo have completed the reallocation process of the Duna rover and the Duna rover deorbiting stage, and now they are orbiting around Kerbal, and they need to, orbit around Kerbal several times in order to catch up with the science station so that they can begin their flight back to the science station. In this case, I will now perform a quick time warp. And yeah, I think I will bring you back in once we are ready to leave the Duna Landing Mission and we are about to fly back to the science station. Okay, here we are again. Handler and Dodo have almost reached the right position in order to leave the Duna Landing Mission and to return back to the science station. So, at first, they can now undock from the Duna Landing Mission, and they can now back off a bit and drift away from it. Very good, very good. Okay, very nice. Dodo and Handler have done a marvelous job, and okay, there's the science station. I like to set it as a target, and yeah, let me now see where is a good position to fly out there. Okay, this looks already quite promising. When I start to turn it around, then maybe here. Well, the computer isn't quite sure, but it could be a separation of 3.7 kilometers. This is amazing. Okay, here, almost right above the Terminator. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, you can now switch off your SAS and yeah, you have enough electric charge, very good. So we can now perform a quick time warp, 12 minutes to go until we can perform the burn back to the science station, very cool. Dodo is happy, Handler is happy, very nice. They are looking forward to return back to the science station. Okay, just a few minutes, we are drifting away from the rover and from the Duna Landing Mission. 2 minutes, 1 minute, okay, just a few seconds. I can now start to have enough charge. Yeah, indeed, very good. I can now start to rotate the spacecraft around. I hope I'm not running into the Duna Landing Mission. Oh, this could be problematic. I hope. Whoa, this is scary. This is scary. Okay, just a couple of seconds. Maybe I can do a slight inclination change. Okay, we are here at the descending node, so maybe a little bit in this way. Then we are down to, I don't know, 3.9. It's getting a little bit closer. 4 kilometers. No, it's not really helping us, but okay, we have now to perform the burn, and by doing so, I hope that I'm now not running into the Duna Landing Mission. This would be bad, but yeah, I think this looks good. This looks good. Okay. And cut the engine, very good. Okay. And we have a separation of 3.5 kilometers, hopefully, and that's good. And yeah, amazing, it will happen in the daylight, that's cool. So I will set a maneuver node over here. So now I will switch off SAS so that we can save some electric charge. I can now perform my quick time warp. Okay. Oh, down there is Kerbal Space Center. That's always cool. 8 minutes. 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 4. There's the sun. 3, 1. Okay, slow down. Can I see? Okay, the science station is over there. I should switch on SAS. Okay, now I can perform a quick burn in order to slow down a bit and to change a little bit the trajectory so that I can arrive spot on. Very good, very good. You're doing an amazing job, Handler and Dodo. Very good, very good. Okay, and this looks really good. Okay, and stop. Very nice. Only 5 kilometers to go, so I can perform another time warp. Getting closer. Very nice, very nice. 3 kilometers. 2.5. Very good. I think I need to perform another small burn in order to get closer to the science station. Very nice, very nice. Okay, just 2 kilometers. Looking good so far, looking really good. What about my resources? Yeah, I do have enough electric charge and fuel and monopropellant. Very nice, very nice. Okay. We can now see the science station. That's amazing. Okay, getting closer. 1 kilometer. 900 meters. Very nice, very nice. 700 meters. This looks really promising. That's cool. I hope soon I can really see a docking port so that I can begin my final approach. Okay, getting closer. There's the science station. Okay, only 300 meters away, and there is the... So maybe I can dock to it over here. Can I? Can I have this docking port, please? No? Or can I have this docking port? Okay, it's hard to see. But yeah, over there is a space plane. I think soon I like to land and back at the runway of Kerbal Space Center. But at first I like to begin the Duna expedition. Okay, this was a bit too much. Now I need to turn the spacecraft around. Please continue. No, 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 no. Here, in this way, very good. Okay, I can switch to the docking interface, and now we can continue to approach the science station. Very good. Okay, and I really like to have, I hope I can see this by zooming out. Yeah, there's the science station. I like to have this docking port. Indeed, very good, very good. I found the right docking port. That's cool. Okay, what is Handler's impression? Okay, he sees just the supply mission being docked to the science station. Okay, we need now to drift a little bit to the side before we will run into the science station. And yeah, speaking about the space plane, I think I like to land it back at the runway of Kerbal Space Center before the next version of Kerbal Space Program comes out, because then there are some changes to the aerodynamics, and yeah, in this case I think I should land this because it has no parachutes and I don't want to risk the lives of my Kerbonauts, so I think it's better to land it at first. And yeah, okay, now, okay, we are almost aligned, we are almost aligned. Come to a stop, come to a stop. Easy, easy, easy. Very good, very good. And okay, now I can align the spacecraft with the docking port, and now we can approach it. Very good, very good. Looking really good. Just amazing. Okay, beautiful approach. That's really amazing. And yeah, so soon a spaceplane landing. I'm really looking forward, but I'm more looking forward to begin the Duna expedition. And speaking about the Duna expedition, as soon as Handler and Dodo are returned back to the science station, it's time to do more or less time warp in order to have the launch window to Duna. Okay, now I should toggle the torque that we don't run into the same issue. And now I like to, it's down there. Oh, it's empty. Okay, it's also empty. Monopropellant is almost empty. Why is the supply ship still up here? Okay, at some point I also need to deorbit the supply ship. But here, at first, I like now to refuel this tiny ship. Very good. Okay. And refuel the monopropellant fuel tank. Very good, very good. And wow, the science station is in space for 3 years, 65 days. That's cool. Really amazing. Okay. And, oh, there's also some monopropellant I could refuel. Very good. So let's bring it over. And come on. It's a very slow process. Okay, the spacecraft is refueled. Very nice. Now I can say transfer, and you can transfer to the hitchhiker storage container. Handler can transfer over there as well. Very good. Now both of the carbonauts are back at the science station, and soon they will return back home on board of the spaceplane. But here, now I like to get back to the space center. I like to have a last view into the how is it called? No, not the administration building, the mission control. Is there something? Perform temperature scans of Ike. In flight above, in flight below. I don't like to have these flight thingies right now. Or will I try this? Duration 7 years. This sounds tempting. Can I... Wait, I like to see this. Bob Poole, Dress, Tylo, Eve. Okay, can I see where these things are located? Because now it's time to perform basically a time warp so that we can launch our flight out to Duna. Okay, here's Duna. There is Ike. Can I see this? Okay, it's down there. Could be possible. And well, I do have 7 years time to do this, so I think I will just accept this contract. It sounds really interesting. Okay, let me now accept this one contract. Perform temperature scans of Ike. Sounds very good. Okay, I will accept this contract. And here, now it's time to perform some time warp until we have the launch window. And yeah, then I will bring you back. So, yeah, until in a few days. Okay, the launch window to Duna has opened up, and now it's time to begin the Duna expedition. At first I will launch the Duna lander, and so I have to adjust the throttle. I can enable SAS, and in 3, 2, 1, and lift off. Here we go, here we go. Another flawless launch from the launch pad at Kerbal Space Center. Wow, that's great. That's so amazing. The Duna Landing Mission has officially begun. That's so cool. And yeah, speaking about the Duna landing, the crew members for the landing operation are Optop Kerman and myself. And Optop Kerman is our engineer, so he will probably sit inside the Duna rover during the landing, just in the case that the wheels of the rover get damaged. And yeah, in this case he can just jump out of the rover, fix the issue, and continue his journey across the surface of Duna. Whereas I will land inside the Duna lander, And yeah, so we are now heading for space, and Optop is really scared as he feels the acceleration of the space launch system, whereas I am having apparently the time of my life. I am really happy to feel once again the powerful acceleration of these two solid rocket boosters. And now we do have booster separation. Okay, very good. Now I just need to throttle up a bit in order to reach the 200 meters per second at the 10 kilometer altitude mark. And then I think I will perform a quick time lapse in order to speed up the ascent phase. And yeah, so now we are reaching the 200 meters per second and the 10 kilometer altitude mark. Very good. So it's time for the gravity turn. Very nice, very nice. Okay. And now I think it's time for some time lapse. So I will bring you back in once we are in space. Okay, we are now in space. We are currently on a suborbital trajectory, but we are currently performing the orbit insertion burn, and at the same time we are also trying to establish a trajectory that will feature or that will lead to an encounter or a rendezvous with the Duna rover, which is currently in an orbit around Kerbal. And yeah, this is looking pretty good. And Optop is also happy. He is now happy with the current situation. He seems to be glad that he is back in space. And yeah, now we are performing the orbital insertion burn. Very good, very good. And I also noticed that the Duna rover as well as the Duna Space Station are flying pretty close to each other. So the next time we are approaching Kerbal Space Center, I can launch the first crew of the Duna Space Station. This is also pretty cool. Okay, now we are in space. I can now extend the solar arrays to keep my batteries charged. Very good, very good. Okay, and what have I done? A separation of 8 kilometers and down there of 3.1 kilometers. And this is pretty amazing, but this is just before of the launch window, so I'm a little bit afraid that I would miss the right opportunity, so maybe I can get this thing a little bit closer. This would be really amazing. 4.6, can I, 1.5, that's cool. And when I even, 1.5, okay. So a very short burn coming up in 46 seconds, and then I can reduce the separation down to 1.5 kilometers. This is really amazing. Okay, we are getting closer, and yeah, both of the crew members are really happy to be back in space again. And wow, that's a cool view out of the window. Unfortunately, the MK2 lander can does not feature so many instruments. That's a little bit boring inside this lander can compared to the MK1 lander can, but nevertheless, it's always cool to have these IVA views. And okay, now it's time to perform the burn. Easy, easy, and cut the engine. Very good. Okay, and then I saw, oh, there's a moon, but I saw somewhere the markers. Oh yeah, over there. There is the Duna Space Station, and there is our Duna rover. So, yeah, they are pretty close to each other. That's cool. And the separation is now down to 1.3 kilometers. Unfortunately, it's on the nighttime side of Kerbal. And here, coming up in 12 minutes. So I will add a maneuver node over here as a marker. And luckily, I do have installed a light to my Duna landing, so we can see at least a tiny bit of the spacecraft once it is in the shadow of Kerbal. And now it's time for some time warp. We are now orbiting around Kerbal. 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3, 2, easy, 1. And stop. Very good. Okay, I can now close this one, and where? There is our, well, science station ship, our Duna rover. Very cool. I think I can... Oh, and there is the Duna Space Station. We are really close. Now I think I can perform a quick burn in order to slow down or to decrease the relative velocity and to change a little bit the trajectory. Okay, 30 meters per second, maybe a bit slow, but okay. Only 2.3 kilometers, and then we are pretty close to our Duna rover. Okay, now I can perform a quick time warp to get closer to it. 1.8, 1.7, down there is still the Duna Space Station. Okay, 1.2. I need to perform another quick burn. Oh, now I'm getting really slow. Maybe I have to perform a quick prograde burn to increase a little bit the relative velocity. Okay, like this. Yeah, 12 meters per second, that's good. That's really good. Now I can turn around once again. Very cool. And because we are right now in the shadow of Kerbal, I can retract the solar arrays once again. Very good. Okay, 800 meters, getting closer. We are approaching the Duna rover. We can see that the rover is over here because we can see the broad stance of the wider stance of the wheels of the rover. Okay, only 600 meters. And I'm not quite sure. Soon we have to change a little bit the orientation so that we are... Oh well, I think at first I like to fly past it, and then I will approach once again the Duna rover, or the docking port of the Duna rover. Okay, this is looking really good. 250 meters. 200 meters. Okay, I think I can start to do the burn. Very good. Okay. There is the Duna rover. That's cool. Really amazing. Okay. Looking good. Looking really good. Okay, now I think I can cancel all my relative velocity. Very good. And I can switch over to the docking mode. Okay, now I have to turn the spacecraft around. Easy. Okay, like this. RCS. And now I can start to fly in this direction. And I like to set this docking port as my target. Come on, set as target, very good. Okay. It's looking good. Can we see something out of this point of view? Not really. Well, it's pretty limited, this point of view. But yeah, okay. This is looking good. Yeah, I think we are almost in a perfect alignment with the docking port. That's great. That's really great. Okay, there's our Duna rover. Wow, I'm really excited for the upcoming landing. I think this is really a spectacular mission to land this rover, and well, the lander is probably not as spectacular as the Duna rover, but yeah, I'm really looking forward. Okay, now we can turn the spacecraft around, and we are now in the light of the headlights of the rover. That's also cool. Now we can see once again our spacecraft. Okay, now I can start to approach it. Very cool. Getting closer. Looking good so far. Very nice, very nice. Easy, easy. Okay, now I need to slow down a bit. Okay, this is looking good. Now I think I can disable all the systems and are the docking ports taking over? No, not really, not really. Okay, so I have to try this again. Come on. Easy, easy. Okay, this is looking much better. And here, the docking ports are taking over and we are docked. We are docked to the Duna rover. Now I have to make sure that electric charge is... Are the fuel tanks, our monopropellant is full, these fuel tanks are full, this fuel tank is full, very good. Oh, we are back in sunlight, that's cool. Okay, this fuel tank is full. And, okay, only these RCS fuel tanks can be refueled a little bit. So let me do this. Okay, the whole landing mission is now prepared. And where are we? Okay, we have some time left until we reach Kerbal Space Center. So in this case, I can now say... There's some charge left. Yeah, there's some charge left. Very good. I can say decouple. Very good. And I can switch to this one. I like to switch to staging mode in order to deorbit the upper stages of the space launch system. Okay, now I have to drift a little bit away, that I'm not damaging the landing mission, the Duna Landing Mission. Okay, very good. And now it's time to perform the deorbit burn. Very good, and it's gone. Now I like to switch back, and I like now to also, okay, it's charged, very good. Deorbit this upper stage, no, this one indeed. Okay, I like now to drift away, very good. And I like now to change a little bit the orientation, very good. Okay, and now I like to fly past my Duna Landing Mission. Okay, the Duna Landing Mission is now assembled, that's cool. Okay, we are drifting now away, very good. Can now change or turn to the retrograde vector or retrograde marker, very good. And now perform the burn in order to deorbit the spacecraft as well, very good. And it's gone, very good. So now I can extend these solar arrays. And the Duna Landing Mission is ready to go, it's ready to leave. But before we will leave Kerbal, I like to launch the first crew of the Duna Space Station. So in this case, I will now return back to the launch pad and prepare the next launch, and then I will bring you back in once we do have the launch window for our first crew. And yeah, let me do this. Okay, here we are again. The first crew of the Duna Space Station is ready to launch. I just need to adjust the throttle, I need to enable SAS, and in 3, 2, 1, and lift off. Here we go, another flawless launch from the launch pad at Kerbal Space Center. And here the first crew members of the Duna Space Station are Enfrod Kerman, Tom Kerman and Newfrod Kerman. Tom Kerman is really happy to launch into space, whereas Enfrod and Newfrod Kerman are a little bit concerned about their mission. And well, I think it's really concerning when you think about, okay, we are now launching into space and we will be staying for a longish time on board of a space station which is orbiting around another planet. It's not orbiting around the home planet. So yeah, I think that's really a scary feeling. But at least Tom Kerman is happy. And wow, look at the moon in the background. That's also a very great view. That's a cool view, and it's a nice moment to launch into space. And yeah, once again, I like to see the booster separation, and then I think I will perform once again a quick time lapse in order to speed up the ascent phase. And here, bring you back in once we are in space. But now we do have the booster separation. I can throttle back up again. And yeah, so in this case, I will perform a quick time lapse and I will bring you back in once we are in space. Okay, the Duna Space Station crew has reached space and they are currently on a suborbital trajectory, but soon, after they have finished this burn, they are in an orbit around Kerbal, and then they can start to chase down the components or the mission which will finally create the Duna Space Station, so that they can dock to it and then fly out to Duna. And yeah, as you can see, they are sitting inside the orbital ship 3. I thought this spacecraft would be their best spacecraft for the purpose of assembling the Duna Space Station and... okay, easy. And cut the engine, and also the perfect spacecraft in order to here stay up there and finally return back home to Kerbal after they finish their mission on board of the Duna Space Station. And okay, now they have a separation of 46 kilometers, so I think we need to perform an additional burn. What about the inclination? About no inclination at all, that's good. And where can I fix this at best? I need to... well, maybe the burn was a little bit too long. Maybe I have to... no, it's also not helping me. Okay, there I'm getting closer, 45 kilometers. Okay, if I perform a burn over there, I would reduce the separation down to 2.2 kilometers. That's good. So we have the next burn coming up, and now I like to switch on the lights of the upper stage so that we can see something in the darkness of Kerbal, or in the shadow of Kerbal. And now I like to extend the solar arrays. Very good. Okay, there, I think there is the Duna Landing Mission, and where is the Duna Space Station? Oh, it's over there, and 50 kilometers away from us is the Duna Space Station. Very cool. Okay, now, once again, time for a time warp to get closer to our maneuver node. 5 minutes, 4, 3, 2, 1, easy. Okay, now I can turn around. And it's time to perform the short little burn. Looking good, looking really good. And cut the engine, very good. So, separation down to 1.6 kilometers, and we can perform the rendezvous and the docking in the daylight. That's cool. That's really amazing. So, time for another time warp for additional 13 minutes. Very good. Sunrise. That's always cool. Okay, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Easy. Don't overshoot. A little bit more and stop. Okay, where? We are only 2.6 kilometers away. And yeah, I think I need to reduce a little bit the relative velocity, and I also need to change the trajectory. So I will perform a burn. And this direction, very good. Easy, easy, easy. Like this, very good. Okay, now I'm a little bit slow, 2.2 kilometers. I like to speed up just a little bit. (15, 16, 17 is good enough, very good. Now I can turn around once again. (1.9 kilometers. Getting closer. 1 kilometer. Less than 1 kilometer. I can slow down a bit and make sure that I am still on a good trajectory to arrive spot on at the Duna Space Station, or at least at the components of the Duna Space Station. Okay. Enfrod, Newfrod and Tom are happy. Very good, very good. Only 600 meters to go. I can speed up a little bit more. 300 meters. There. It's basically the Duna Space Station. That's so cool. Okay, getting closer, getting closer. Okay, and now time to slow down. Easy, easy. And stop. Very good. Now I like to turn the spacecraft around, because I have to align the spacecraft with the docking port at the aft of this Duna mission. Maybe like this. Very good. A very short and gentle burn. 4 meters per second. That's fast enough. Okay, very good, very good. Looking really good. I like to set. Hope I can do this. Yeah, no, come on. I like to have you as my docking port. Come on, it's my target. Okay, now set as target. Very good. And down there, Kerbal Space Center is coming up. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, I need now to slow down once again. Oh, this was too much, but I can now switch to RCS. And okay. Now I can start to aim for the docking port, maybe this way at first. Very good. And yeah, we can see the first dots of Kerbal Space Center. It's always so amazing. Okay, we are getting closer. And easy, easy. Okay, here we are. Just a little bit more, and okay. Let's come to a stop, turn the spacecraft around, align it with the docking port, very good. And now we can dock to the Duna Space Station mission, very good. And yeah, we can, while we are doing this, we can enjoy the view down to Kerbal Space Center. That's cool. What is the view? One of the Kerbonauts. Oh, we can see the continent of Kerbal Space Center passing by. Unfortunately, we are not able to see the spacecraft in front of us. Well, maybe the other Kerbonaut. No. He can't see anything. That's sad. That's really sad. And yeah, down there's Kerbal Space Center, and right at the moment when we are docking, we are flying above it. That's cool. That's really cool. Okay, easy, easy. And I can switch off the controls, and we do have contact. And we are docked. We are docked. That's amazing. Okay, now I need to make sure that all the components are fueled. Haven't used fuel of this. I haven't used fuel. Oh, I have used some monopropellant from this fuel tank. So I like to refuel it. Okay, I can bring over some monopropellant over here. Very good. Okay, and filled up, full, and these fuel tanks are full. Okay, very good. So all the fuel tanks are full. That's amazing. Now I can... Yeah, now it's time to say goodbye to these upper stages. So at first I will deorbit this upper stage. I like to switch to it, and I like to go back to staging mode so that I can turn the whole thing around. Very good, easy, easy. Okay, there. Oh, we can even see the runway of Kerbal Space Center. Wow, that's amazing. And we can see the second runway on this island. That's so cool. That's really cool. Great. I have noticed that I can see these things from space. That's amazing. That's great. Okay, easy, easy, and just a little bit more and cut the engine. Very good. First upper stage is deorbited. Now the second upper stage. I can decouple it, and here the Duna Space Station is now ready to leave Kerbal. That's amazing. No, no, no. I like to extend the solar arrays so that we are not running out of charge. I hope it's not too wobbly when I start to turn these things around. This is my biggest concern right now, but we will see. Oh, these are a lot of parts and a lot of docking ports. I hope this is not causing problems during the maneuvers, but we will see. Now I can turn this thing around. Very good, very good. Okay, and now it's time to deorbit this upper stage as well. Very good, very good. And cut the engine. So, all of our Duna flights are now assembled. The crews are in space, and in the next episode we will finally fly out to Duna. So in this case, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this, and I hope you will be joining me in the next episode when we leave Kerbal and when we fly out to Duna. New Fred is already looking forward to this. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Zabby. Until next time, see you!